if you own a boat, there's a pretty good chance you're saying, man, if I just had the money, Professor, I would add such and such. Well, we're just like that. And in this video, we're gonna talk about the things we would add to this boat right here if we were stupid rich. All right, Professor, for those that don't know, we have a 40-foot Express built by Blackwell. We love this boat.
Amazing
we have
boat.
other videos that just show you the boat, talk about the boat. It's got incredible history. This guy has spent, at this point, thousands of hours on the boat, upgrading it. I mean, it's great, but we have things that we would like. Other than the dream boat, the in-game boat. If we were stupid rich, Professor, and we could add anything we wanted to. And these are things that we've actually talked about, right? You know, and if this YouTube channel hits big enough, we'll probably get these things. You never know, you never know, all right? So let's talk about them. What's the first thing that you would get if money was no concern?
I would say probably a gyro.
A gyro. A seakeeper, a gyrostabilizer, anything like that. Why would you like to have one?
Well, for not only the experience of our chartered guest, but for me being in the tower, you know, because that's so high up there, it intensifies everything. And there's been many days where I've just been holding on for my dear life up there and don't want to come down, you know?
Yeah.
Because you need to be up there to see.
You do need to be up there, and boats are going to rock.
Yeah.
But the gyro, you know, first time I think you used one was with my Steiger craft.
That's right.
And it was like an epiphany.
Yeah, it's like, holy crap, it makes a big difference.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, the issue with getting a gyro in this boat is what? What's our challenge going to be?
Space and generator size.
Yes. Yeah, we'd have to upgrade the generator because they pull some amps, and you know, we don't have this massive engine room. So to put it down there, we would really have to finagle things a little bit.
Yeah, there's several different ways it could go. You either have to climb over top of it or move the generator. And that requires moving all the wires and the exhaust, and it'd be a pita, you know?
Yeah. The cost for us to do that, all said and done, would probably at least be 6 figures.
I would say real close. Yeah.
Once you figure the generator side to it, we're going to be in that 6-figure range. Yeah. Because a seakeeper, let's say, I forget the size for a 40 to 50 footer. That's probably going to be around 45 to 50 grand or something like that. The unit, then the install, then the generator. So it gets pretty close to 6 figures, like you said. Okay, so that's number one, a gyro stabilizer, so that this man is not holding on for dear life.
It's funny, I got one captain up there, out there, every time he sees me in the tower and it's rough, he said, I'm gonna give you the name and number for my back doctor because you're gonna need it.
That's good. All right, wish list number 2, Professor, if you had all the money in the world.
Omni sonar.
Oh, Omni. The talk is Omni. Yep. Tell everybody what an Omni does.
It's 360 degrees of underwater view. You know, like with your traditional bottom machine, you can see what's under the boat. And with our side view or side scan that we have here on the boat, we can see what's off to the side. But this Omni is 360 degrees up to, like, I think it's 1,500 feet you can see.
Yeah, you can literally follow fish.
Oh yeah.
Which sounds nuts.
And you can see a school of fish that's 1,000 feet away, and you know, you can turn the boat and go right over top of them. Yeah. You know, before you get to them.
There's been a few days, you know, during the dog days of summer, I called you up and like, how's the day? You're like, it's all right, but really the boats I caught were the Omni boats. Yeah. You know, and just have this unfair advantage.
Yeah, especially like with our big shark problem here. You go to one area where there's tunas, but there's lots of sharks, so you can't catch the tunas because of the sharks. Well, a lot of these Omni boats are having success because they're going elsewhere where the sharks aren't concentrated, and there's a smaller school of tuna, but they're able to focus and catch those fish. You know what I mean? Because they can go, you know, 10, 15 miles up the road from the shark tank And there might be one school of tuna up there, you know, random school, and they had better success finding that one random school of tuna because of that electronics.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So for us to get an Omni, what are we looking at? It seems like there's a pretty big price range. Prices seem to have come down a little bit with competition, but it's still really expensive.
Yeah, there's a lot of different features that affects the cost, but the bare bones minimum, not very many features, is over 30,000 just for the unit.
Just for the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it runs all the way up to 130,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So it gets up there. This is something that we would love to do. The issue though is you got to cut out a chunk of your hole, right, so that you can get the sonar to drop through it, and therefore our engine room, once again, we just don't have all the space in the world.
Yeah.
Would that be our biggest problem?
That would be one of our biggest challenges facing putting it on this boat. You know, you have to put in a tube. It's pretty much a transducer per se on a hydraulic ram that deploys once you stop running.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll work over, like, they automatically come up if you get like over 12 knots. They have a safety feature on them, so you don't forget and like take off with it down.
Easy to do, I'm
yeah,
sure.
very easy to do. So it has to be able to come up, and I think you need like 5 feet, you know, for the tube.
Wow.
And so it's a lot of space.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's definitely a wish list item. All right, so that's number 2. So we've got the gyro that we'd love to have. We'd love to have an Omni on here. What else? What's number 3, Professor?
Well, we would probably make some modifications in here. We would, you know, this curtain enclosure, we would probably turn into a glass enclosure, and it would definitely be climate controlled in here.
Yeah, that would be, you know, that's the one thing when I look at an Albemarle 40 Express versus this that I like about the Albi. It's got the glass enclosure, and then you've got your wipers. And I know there's been some times where you just like, you couldn't wipe the enclosure, and so it makes it harder for you to see in front of you.
Yeah.
So on certain like super misty, foggy days, or you know, things like that, that can be a little bit frustrating.
That's right.
So that would be a nice addition. Pretty dang expensive to add it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly how it would make the boat look. It's just a thought.
It might look kind of cheesy.
Yeah, just a thought. You know?
Just a thought, right? And to that too, you've talked before, and I guess this would be the 4th one, is would it be possible to convert this from what it is with a tower, express with a tower, to more of a convertible style?
Yeah, yeah.
So the benefit to that would be what?
Well, I could remain elevated all the time, and on the cold days, I could also come down here and drive and stay down here. I mean, that would be a great feature. But like right now, the tower's so high, it intensifies the movement of the boat. So you really, unless it's slick calm, you really don't want to be in the tower running. You know what I mean? It's just mainly I'm up there for trolling.
No bueno.
Yeah, I'm just up there when we're trolling. And my electronics is limited up there. Smaller screen. I don't have multiple big screens. I don't have gauge package up there for the engines. I don't have the trim tabs up there. You know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot of things that's a catch, you know. So you could have the whole deal on a bridge if you added a bridge to this boat, you know.
Yeah, so a bridge would be pretty cool. Okay, so we got the gyro, we got the Omni sonar, we've got the potential glass enclosure with the wipers and everything. We've got the bridge that you could be on. Anything else like that comes to mind?
Well, I mean, if we're stupid rich, why not put some bigger engines in this thing so she'll go faster?
Yeah, so one of the great things about this boat is that she's super economical. We get tremendous, you know, fuel mileage. With that being said, it's not a speed burner, you know, and so we've got twin Yanmar 465s in here. If you had, you know, your wish, what would we have? I'm curious. I don't know if I've ever asked you like what brand and what size.
And I'm not exactly sure. I love our engine room now because I can get all the way around the motor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they're still, I don't know, a good 16 inches above the motors. And I can't really answer that question because I would need to look at the specs on the height.
What I have seen from the technology from like Cummins, they're now actually able to make higher horsepower with a smaller block, right? Yeah. So it's like very And obviously, by no means am I like a diesel like knowledgeable guy, right? But it seems like they're becoming more efficient with size, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure I'd go with Cummins. I think I would lean more towards cats.
Towards cats.
Yeah.
What makes you say that, by the way?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna put some power in it, let's put some power in it. You know what I mean? And plus, there's people here. I mean, there's people that work on Cummins too, but there's a cat dealer right here, you know, and they can come do everything. I don't know. I've never owned a boat with caterpillars in it, so I kind of want to own one.
Kind of want to own one.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Cat, listen up to this guy. All right? Hook us up. Hook us up. Well, that was fun. That's if we get stupid, sloppy, filthy rich here, Professor.
Yeah.
So now you know what's on our wish list. I'm sure you got yours as well. Put yours in the comment section. What would you add to your boat? Now you know ours. It's been a fun time chatting with you about it. Make sure you come see us here at Pirates Cove Marina in Manio, North Carolina. Come fishing with this fella. I mean, we fish year round. You can experience the whole gamut. We want you to be on the water and make those lifetime memories. So be a part of the community. Go to speechlesssportfishing.com. Until the next time, everyone, stay salty.